Ohayou gozaimasu. Yes, everyone, another video here from the Tokyo Real Estate Man. And once again, we are not, no, we're not in Tokyo. I'm back here in Osaka, and there's just great deal. Like, although definitely Tokyo is a place you want to be, but there's just better deals here in Osaka. And before in the prior video we did this one, you can see here on social media here, walking through Tanimachi here, this area that I've sort of been studying here in Osaka. But I wanted to look at the second half of the video, because in the first half of the video they just went through this one neighborhood. Then I came up to this one like picture here that came up in the frame here, and you can, this is sort of an interesting frame. This is by Osaka Castle, and you can see a building here probably from the sort of just pre-bubble 1980s. It could be like an NHK building here, for example, overlooking the Osaka Castle. You see a building here from the 1990s, and you might even see here one from the 1970s. And this would be a sort of a tower mansion probably built in the 1990s, and you have a tower mansion that is being built like right now. Actually, these kind of tower mansions that are in front of these sort of public parks and places like this have very good placement, for example, because like, and I can tell you from what's happening in my Akasaka apartment right there, which is right in front of the second palace. What that means is, and that's why I chose the north-facing unit there, is nothing will ever be built in front of it. This will always sort of stay as like a quote World Heritage Site, or like a historical site. So there's never going to be any development in front of it. So when you have that good vertical placement, that will never be sort of taken away. And the people that have chosen, like for example this side and this side, for example, particularly this side, I don't think anything will be in the way. And the other indicators we can take from it is that development here is happening here in this neighborhood. Okay, I guess I stopped here on this frame, and I thought we could just move it around here, see what's happening here. Oh, there we are. We have something else. We have like a building that's just been built, an office tower. It looks to be something built in the last 3 or 4 years. Historically beautiful rock used here. Isn't that beautiful right there? With probably that's a moat, I guess. This would have probably been like a defensive position for the samurais, for example, during the Edo time, raised up like that. It's just it's just interesting. I've never been here to Osaka Castle, but next time I go to Japan, I promised my daughter that we'd go here to Osaka. It's something that I'd like to sort of explore a little deeper on a walking level. Anyway, there we are, and we can even see by the tour, like you see, this is again, I'm using the word postmodern, but in the postmodern world, some of this sort of history and stuff like this becomes a commodity, and it's a nice commodity because it does feel nice to look at history. And you can see like this was probably a original sort of defensive sort of position that was created here for the samurai, that is now a museum for us to enjoy. And you can see the Osaka Castle there in the background, with a new build there on the right as well. I'll just try to move the mouse around there. So yeah, postmodern, but very beautiful. And you can see there's a lot of tourism here in this neighborhood. Anyways, let's I can stop the video here, and we'll cut over here to the map. And I'm going to try to make this video, I've been making the videos a little too long lately, probably speaking. Here is the Osaka, we're looking at the Osaka map, and I've taken what the things I've done to make this map work is basically we're looking at, I didn't mark that, it's not going to matter because it is Shoryuken indicates like ownership, and I've taken, we're looking at the detached housing in Osaka, and it has to have parking. Otherwise, that's the one thing that I've sort of manipulated in the map here for detached housing, because I think that parking matters when you're getting the house. And yeah, basically we're looking here at the Osaka detached housing market. The one, this is the area that I was sort of looking at here originally in that video we did a couple of weeks ago here in Tanimachi, which seems to be very, very popular. And we can see some red pill come up right there. House at 1.6 million, house at 1 million. But this whole sort of cool area, there's no supply at all. It just amazing. It's totally surprising me. And the one sort of sample that I did find here in the area was just here to, I'll try to make the map a little bit smaller so we'll get that this sort of blue one that we're looking at. But again, Robert Diamond made this sort of comment that I don't know what to make of. And he had made this comment of like the untouchables areas and stuff like that for the untouchables. And I don't know much about this history that he was talking about. So he was talking that in some areas here in Osaka there was a tradition of like there being something about, he called the untouchables in the comment. And I didn't know what to sort of make of it. Certainly the most popular areas here in the center of the city, though, we see no supply. Here in, like you see here, JR Namba, here Tanimachi, you see no supply. You see supply here in the sort of coastal area or areas near the coast, and you see some supply here coming into the, I wouldn't say this is a broken market, but this is the only place where there's any sort of supply. And you see it, you see this sort of, you see the yellow and orange pill, like we could even click it to have a price. Maybe this is going to be 700,000 or 800,000 Canadian right there for that unit right there, or that house, I guess. This one similarly priced, maybe a little bit less, something in the 700,000 for 124. I mean, this is nothing outrageous in terms of pricing here for a detached home in Osaka, I think. If we push this green one here just to do it quickly, we see like a 98 meter with a house, a 3 LDK for 330,000. Certainly this is not outrageous pricing compared to the backdrop of Vancouver, where everything here would be millions of dollars. Even in Surrey, like a house is like 1.5, 1.6 million dollars. And this is the listing we're going to look at today, and this is with parking, and it's for 200,000 Canadian dollars, or you'd say in Japanese, 1,980 man. And I thought we could come here to this listing and have a look at it. And this was one of the pictures in the listing, and it's a 3-story, 4 LDK, meaning 4 living room, dining room house. And we'll come here to the top of the 3-story house right here. So one with parking, 1, 2, 3, and three bedrooms here on the 3rd floor. A bedroom here in the ground floor, I guess you call it the basement. And there's a really nice roof balcony upstairs. I'll try to expand the size a little bit. And yeah, that's the Madore right there. We got 33 pictures here. And that's the house right there with the parking. I thought it was pretty good. And it's got tile on it. And I think it was built in, before we go here to the pictures, I do want to establish when it was built. So 1999, 105 meters, 41 meters of land, so using it very, very well. And yeah, this neighborhood looked pretty nice, even from this first picture I saw. So I imagine this house is going to move pretty quickly. Anyhow, we'll just keep going through the pictures here. And the owner is presently living in it. Really cool shoe collection. Ooh, New Balance there. With, yeah, everything is, the family's totally living in this house. There's nothing special about it, but I think it's a really good price. It's a really good, there's no supply in Osaka, and you just kind of get everything. There's everything here. It's not that old. And I think that, and this was the roof balcony, which I really thought was a really nice thing. For me, this would be great. I can tell you, I would have about 4 or 5 plants up here only, and I'd have a little sun tanning place for myself here on the top. But I don't think there's anyone who could ever steal any of this, the nice light that you'd have here on your roof balcony. And it's really, really nice. That's great. That's a picture looking down here at the street. And you can see here, like across the street here, that here's even newer houses. And I always talk about when there's newer houses being put in here, that just indicates demand in the now. This house might have been built in 1999, but this house across the street was probably built in the last 5 or 6 years. So that means there's demand in this area in the now. Whereas when you go out to areas in the middle of nowhere, when you're buying the stuff that's in the middle of nowhere where the population is declining and there's no new builds, and there might be new builds, but no one's going to buy them. When you buy that house for $20,000, no one else is ever going to buy it from you, so you're just going to be stuck with it. Whereas when you're coming into a neighborhood like this, you could live in this house, take care of it, and then you turn out of it in 4 or 5 years. It's just common sense. You can't be smarter than the Japanese marketplace. And that's why all these guys like that guy Shu and what, they're feeding you this line of crap. And even you, Anton, if you're going to watch this video, Anton's not buying stuff in the middle of nowhere. He wants to buy houses in the middle of Tokyo and get like the Minpaku license and stuff like that. They'll tell you to go buy these empty houses, and it's this huge thing of wealth, and it's not the case. You buy an old house, you have to buy it in an area that's in economic demand, or you're just going to be stuck with it. The truth, that's the red pill, and that's what we dish out on this channel, and perhaps maybe that's why this channel is not very popular. Anyway, I'm happy that you people are watching it though, and yeah, it's cool. It's got everything. It's just basically got everything. And if you don't have this parking, you know what? If it didn't have this parking, you know what? You'd never be able to sell it either. You'd just be stuck with it. But then, because this is what does this Japanese family have who owns this house on this side? What do they have? A car. This is presently owned by a Japanese family. What's in the parking space? A car. Here, this one right here, this Japanese family who owns this house, what do they have in this space? They have a car. So don't try to be smarter than the market. The market is telling you, the trend is telling you what to follow. And if you're going to think that I'm going to get one of those houses in the middle of nowhere, or I'm going to buy a house with no parking, you know what? You're just going to be stuck with it because no one else is going to want it. The people in this market, they're more financially established, likely, than you people that are coming into this market. Why are you trying to be smarter than them? Why? You can't be. The market is dictating the rules. It's dictating the trend. Anyway. I didn't think I was going to be this active on it today, but I guess this is a really good price. Someone should get it. Someone should get it. Okay. There's nothing much to see. We covered most of it right here. I've covered everything we need to see. All the systems in the house are working. We know the family's living in the thing. Built in 1999. There's parking. It's ownership. 41 meters of land in a popular neighborhood with a roof balcony. You just have to take care of it. Presently, the owner is living in it, so the terms of takeover and stuff, there's your word, are all discussable, which is so done. We could come down here and I could move the map in a little closer. Maybe we'll be able to even actually get in front of the house if Google did go down that street, and it looks like we're going to be able to do that. I wanted as well to see if we could mark these supermarkets here on the map, and then I'll expand it, and maybe it'll actually, when we back away in the next part of the video, we'll be able to we're right in front of the house itself. Are we right in front of but I think I've come to the back. So this is the back. This is the actual back side of the house. There's the actual front side of the house and the actual back side of the house. And that's what you see. It's pretty nice, and there's not too much work. What's your yard work going to be? Your yard work is going to be sweeping in front of your house. So, and then we could come down here. I think if I come down here, if I can I? If I come down there, will I advance? Will I advance the frame? There's a school right there, by the way. There's an elementary school right there. There's a newer build right there, built within the last 10 years. There's a build right there of a house built within the last 5 years. And yeah, there we go. Nakagawa Nichome. There you go. So that's how you tell. If you're trying to study Japanese, like addresses in Japan, it's impossible. We never know them. And this is Nakakawa ni Chome. This is about the easiest kanji you can learn in Japanese. I'm going to try to back out here a little bit, and we'll see if we can come in front of the I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do that. Can I come right there? No, I can't. I can't come because the car is on. I guess the house is down this sort of cul-de-sac, but we can sort of drop in front of this cul-de-sac, which is going to yeah, so we'll see that the house is right down here, down this cul-de-sac. And you can see why this is a cheaper one in a way, because this is going to be more of a skilled sort of parking sort of thing, whereas the ones on the end here are going to be more valuable because like for example, parking your car into this space right here is going to be easier. So the valuation for this stuff on the end of the cul-de-sac is going to be a little bit more when it's at the very end, because you'd bring your car out in here and you'd back it in like that. And we can't really come down there, other than I do see like I think it's a Toyota Alphard there at the very end of the street. You can see the character though. This house was built in that sort of same age, and it has a nice roof balcony and lots of tile. That's a really good thing. The tile that was being used here, you see that the school is right here. We'll back out here to the map of it right here, and we'll see. There's going to be supermarkets everywhere to service this community. Maybe the supermarket stuff isn't going to come up here on this map now that I've sort of moved it. We'll try to move away a little bit more, see if that helps. Let's see if any supermarkets sort of enter. There it is right there. We have one. There's two right there. This is going to be about, let's say it's 7 minutes away in terms of walking from the house. And this is called Route Hyoji. Hyoji means display. Hyoji. I'm going to try to, should have like a job. I was thinking about having like and again, 10 minutes away by walking. And you can guarantee that this supermarket here would have parking. I'm guessing it would. Anyhow, the other thing that we could do here, look at the satellite picture ever so briefly. And yeah, what we have here when we move in is you have basically single family housing all over this place, and there you go, Nakakawa Ishi, okay, or Nishi. This one's going to be meaning west. Nakakawa, that's west right there. So yeah, you can see basically it's a detached sort of, you see some bigger sort of builds in here and stuff like that. Here we go, this is a better view, and I can center the picture a little bit. You see some towers and everything here. There's no redevelopment play on this one. It's just a good house with some good land. That's what it is in Osaka, in areas with demand. And we could see in the pictures there was nice cars in this neighborhood. This is the best. The other thing that we could look at, I'd like to look at here, is the average pricing of these houses here in Osaka right now, and I think we're going to come off it. And this is really useful data right here. So, and you're not going to see any of these sort of prices in Tokyo at all. Tokyo, all this stuff is going to be red pill. It's going to be heavy red pill until you get outside the 23 wards, and this is already really near the center of Osaka. So Osaka is presenting opportunity for you people, and me too. Okay. However, like me, I'm Tokyo real estate man. I've been in Tokyo 30 years. I'm already set up in Tokyo. I don't need to go to Osaka. But if you're coming in now, this is not a bad place to be. So this house was a 4 LDK. Okay, so it's a good $120,000 underneath the average. 3 LDK and 4 LDK right here. This is about 70,000 Canadian underneath the average. So let's say American dollars, you're coming from America, it's $50,000 under the average. Okay, so we see that most of the units here too in the area are 3 bedrooms or going to 4 bedrooms basically. That's so this sort of house is going to be in the most popular sort of segment in the marketplace if you want to sell it in the future anyways. But yeah, this one's basically going to move, I think, just because of its pricing, and it kind of just has everything that a Japanese family would want. The other thing that we could look at is look at the loan simulation right now. And what are we getting here with loan simulation? So we got basically 200,000 Canadian on this one if it's going to come up. Okay, so you can live in just with the baseline data that the site is going to provide us. Your mortgage payment on this over a 35 period is $570 a month. It works. Your drag on it is $100 a month. So it's a no. It's just a no. It's a no-brainer. Things I can do to perhaps to make this a little bit more accurate if it actually moves. It doesn't seem like it's moving down here. Oh, it's finally moving down. Is you're going to need what's known, and I'm trying to teach these words for you. Okay, down payment in Japanese is known as atama kin. Atama is your head. It means to or atama. And you're going to need an atama-kin for this one of about 40,000 Canadian dollars or 400 mon. Okay, this is a bonus. It probably doesn't apply to you. This applies to Japanese families. This is the henzai kikan. Kikan is time. This means time, and henzai means repayment. Henzai kikan. Okay, so a good way to learn these words is just to repeat them. Kurikaisu hodo. That means the more you repeat, the more you remember. Kurikaisu hodo. Okay, there you go. Japanese lesson for today. But useful Japanese, because this is financial Japanese lesson. Okay, もう邪魔しないでよ。もう息子さん隣に引っ張ってるよ。私のケーブル。しないでこれ。My son is next door. Oh, that's okay. 許して。許して。ありがとうね。すいません. That's my son. Okay, you gonna come in and say hi? Wanna say hi? Yo, 断る. ひどい. Okay, anyway, this is looking at the 35 flat rate of 85%, and the henzai on that is going to be $460 Canadian a month, or 450 Canadian a month. In Japanese, you'd say Yoman Rokusen. Yeah, this house is basically gone. Someone's going to buy it. The numbers work. You own the land. You're going to be able to save $400 a month. This is a savings vehicle. So my argument why you want to get into the 35 flat is that we don't know where Japanese interest rates are going to go. So if you lock into the 35 flat, it's not an issue for you because you've locked in. And then if you want to pay it back early, if you want, you can, but you're not going to be, let's say, it's any of the influences that might come into the Japanese marketplace in terms of upping of interest rates. Or I always come back to the Plaza Accords from 1985, which was when the great powers great powers of the time in 1985 decided to create a new currency at the time, a new currency level. So we have no idea right now with all these countries with debt and everything like this whether a new Plaza Accords is going to come, and then what that's going to mean for the currency levels, let's say the yen, or the currency levels of the Canadian or US or the euro, and the interest rates for each of these places. We don't know whether there's going to be a debt jubilee. We don't know anything like that. So the one thing that we can control is the contract that we have with our financial institution, and that's why I'm a fan of the 35 flat, because the politicians and stuff, they don't really care. They're not going to really care what's going to happen to us. They'll just want to remake the financial system in beneficial ways to them. Anyway, another real estate video here from the Tokyo Real Estate Man, coming to you from Osaka today. If you're interested in this house, someone's watching this channel, this is the kind of house that you want to buy. And if you have like $200,000 Canadian right there, this is a pretty well no-brainer. If you want to contact me, you can always come here to my website right there beside my head. That's the website name, TokyoRealEstateMan.website. You can either go from the top, where at the very top of the website I display my email right there, or you can come down. You can hit the contact box. It'll bring you down here to the bottom right here, and you can just send me a message. This is a really good deal today here in Osaka. いつもこのチャンネル見てる皆様ありがとうございます。今日の動画は奥さん言ってたよ。今日の動画は My wife's been giving me trouble lately. She's fixed my Japanese. 今日の動画はもう終わりです。お疲れ様です。もう失礼します。